Hey everybody, it's Benny One, and I'm back at you with another DCEU review, and today I'm going to be reviewing Justice League, everybody. That is right, the 2017 Justice League movie. That is a hot goddamn mess, and we're getting the Snyder Cut now in March. I think the March 25th is the date, everybody. And so this review is going to be very interesting because of that, because of the knowledge that we all know now from the way this Justice League was thrown together, reshot, and everything. But I'll dive into that shit. But yes, so it is going to affect the way I feel about this Justice League movie because of all the information we've learned about what happened with this hot mess of a goddamn comic book movie. So this movie sees the Justice League come together and get formed to take down Steppenwolf, everybody. That's right. He's the big baddie in the movie, and he's a very generic ass villain, everybody. So basically, that's the gist of the story. And Zack Snyder, the backstory of this, Zack Snyder came on board he directed, just like he did the previous movies in this franchise, and he pretty much had most of the movie done and everything. And he had to step away because of a tragedy that happened with his family. And then Warner Brothers, unfortunately, saw this as an opportunity to bring somebody else in, who was Joss Whedon, the guy that did 2 Avengers movies, that did a great job with those, but very different filming styles and visions. Way different. Like, you think, like, Whedon's up here, and then Zack's way down here, and down in the dark. Like, they're so polar opposites. So I don't know what the hell they were thinking. But yeah, so Zack had to step away, and they reshot, like, we know, like, 70% of this movie was reshot, retooled, re-edited, and everything. And you can tell when you're watching the movie. You can clearly tell night and day the Snyder stuff that they kept, and then all of the Whedon reshoots. You can tell. There's a scene with Bruce Wayne and Alfred on their plane. You can clearly tell Ben Affleck does not look like the Ben Affleck that originally was shot in the Snyder shots. It's so blaringly obvious. It's stupid. And obviously, Superman's mustache, you can obviously tell all of the scenes that he is in with his CGI mustache cover-up shit that they did because of the Mission Impossible movie that he was in. It was all over the internet. Like, all over the internet that year. So there's no way you could have missed it. This movie is a mess. It's a really big mess. They put a mandate on it that it had to be 2 hours or less. It could not go over 2 hours. So literally, the runtime on this movie for the first big grouping pairing where the Justice League gets together to save the Earth was 1 hour and 59 minutes. I think when the credits roll, this thing is barely at 1 hour and 50 minutes long. That is, what the hell, Warner Brothers? Like, come on. Just stupid. Very, very stupid. Luckily, some of the people that were working there are not there anymore when this shit was all going on, because this is massive studio interference galore. And they've rethought all this out, and they're actually doing this universe the proper way now. They're taking their time. They're making great quality movies. But yeah, this movie's a hot freaking mess. The characters in the movie were good. I loved Cyborg. Aquaman was great. This is a great introduction for Jason Momoa's Aquaman. Ezra Miller's Flash was awesome. I thought they did a great job with him, except for when he would run sometimes in the movie. They showed him running in the Speed Force sometimes in this movie, and it looked like he didn't know how to run, to tell you the truth. There were a few scenes where I'm like, that doesn't look right. It looks weird and funny and off. It just did not look right. And Batman. I hate what they did with Ben Affleck's Batman in this movie, because his Batman is supposed to be like the Dark Knight Returns Batman, like the one that he was in Batman vs. Superman. He's dark, he's brooding, he's badass, he kicks the shit out of people, like brutalizes them, and they turned him into a powder puff version of that in this movie. Like the scene after Superman comes back from the dead, which I don't like how they did that either. Superman throws him into a cop car, and then after Soups takes off, he's like, oh yeah, Something's definitely bleeding. It's like, what? What? Ugh. 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 Gross. Disgusting. I hate what they did with Ben Affleck's Batman in this movie. They messed that bullshit up. Straight up. Don't like it. Gal Gadot was great as Wonder Woman. They did everything awesome with her. And the interaction between the Justice League members themselves actually was pretty damn good in the movie. Like, I thought they did a great job with it overall. But damn, man, Steppenwolf was such a bland, generic villain, unfortunately. And he's literally Darkseid's, like, number one, like, general behind his armies. And they changed the way that he looks, because now we know what he's supposed to look like and what he was gonna look like. And that's the thing with the Snyder Cut coming out, it affects the way that I view this movie now and feel about this movie because of all of the information that we got. Because, like, Zach literally has come out and said they literally used about maybe 30% of what he shot originally, and they redid 70% of the movie. Like, that's a lot. And we're getting a 4-hour cut of this movie from Snyder. So that is proof in the pudding alone right there. He had enough shit to do 4 hours, and we got a barely under 2-hour freaking movie. But we're getting a 4-hour extended version cut of the movie now that originally was supposed to happen, that Darkseid is going to be in. Darkseid didn't even appear in this version of Justice League. His name got brought up once. That is it. It just... I'm sorry. Like, I used to enjoy this movie more before the whole Snyder Cut thing happened. And I was always voicing my thing for the Snyder Cut to happen. I wanted it to happen. Always. Supporting all that stuff because the fans are a big reason why it's happening. So... But now that, like I've said, all of this info over the past year, especially since the Snyder Cut got announced, that they're officially doing it, all the information that we've been getting, it really puts a bad taste on this Justice League movie. Like, it really does. I mean, overall, there's cool action in it. Like I said, I don't like how they brought Superman back from the dead. The black suit wasn't in this one, but we are gonna get that. So, but yeah, I just don't like. This movie just is a hot freaking mess. You had 2 directors that did this, and they went mostly with the second director they brought in, rewrote scenes, and there's lots of bad things coming out of behind the scenes shit. When Whedon came on board with Ray Fisher, and now he's not a part of the Flashpoint movie now because of all that crap. Like, it sucks. This movie has rippling effects still, like, almost 4 years later. It sucks. It really does. So, but overall, I still can watch it. It makes me sad when I watch it. But when the Snyder Cut comes out, it's okay. It's okay. And after the Snyder Cut comes out, it's going to be better than this one. I'm sorry. And then I can go back and watch this one and be like, wow, what an abomination. That's right. Abomination. But yeah, I mean, I still can sit down and watch it. It's not like garbage, but it really, I'm telling you, it affects the way I feel about it that the Snyder Cut exists and is coming out, and it's going to be epic. But this Justice League, unfortunately, I'm going to give a 5 out of 10. I don't think it's that good. It's a hot mess. All of the things that happened really affected it, the quality and everything of the movie. So yeah, guys, a 5 out of 10 for Justice League, everybody. That's right. I hope you guys enjoyed my ranty review of this movie. And thanks for watching. And I'll be catching you on 2 laters because I have spoken.